Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final game here on this sunny Friday evening. This U16 female matchup, Team Purple, Team Powder, ready to go at center ice, 20 minutes up on the board, the final game of the night, game number 6 here of the event so far this week, slowly coming to a close, so a couple more games to leave a lasting impression. So first pass there through the crease, starting goaltender first for Purple is number 90, Becca LeBlanc from the Rangers U15 Major in the High Button Sports U15 Major Hockey League there. Had a standout season for that squad this year. And in the far net, just touching the puck there, was number 82, Sophie Zettler. A lot of familiar names here for us here at High Button. As the puck's going to come out to the blue line. Nice little job to hold the line there from Bella Scott. It's centered. Hooked around now into the corner. Rimmed in behind. Maria Sparks. My first look here at the U16. Just made the trip up today, so bear with me on the names here. Just in front of us, Purple trying to get the blue line. That's number 3, April Mumbercat. My former coach's daughter. That's how long we've been around the rinks now. Down the left side, Powder in over the line. Worked in, and that was number 51, Mila Martin. Couldn't get the shot towards the goals. It's picked back up, back to the point. Couldn't get a shot at the net, so far back in deep there by Claire Emla. Another name I recognize. Played a little hockey with her old man. And behind the goal now is Powder continues to press here. Purple poked it through the middle of the ice. That's going to be picked up by MacArthur, who moves it over to Isabel Parouche. So MacArthur played for the Pictou County Crushers, if I'm not mistaken, last season or the season before. Sometimes the last two seasons kind of mixed together. It's Powder looking to go back the other way now. That was Brooke McDonald, had that poked off her stick, as that one's going to be ripped back down inside the zone, and that one's going to be covered up and held on to. 17:49 left to go here in the first period. Jam-packed schedule for these girls. Starts early in the morning with team breakfast. Kind of makes it feel like a pro camp, as close as you can anyways. Definitely a lot more opportunities pro-wise for these females, as the numbers have spiked in Canada, which is great to see, as female hockey has really become a focal point over the last few years, and rightfully so. In front of the bench now for Team Purple, trying to pick it up. That's Nodding, who moved it across there for Sangster, and that one's just going to be offside at the blue line as the whistle goes. So a lot of these girls would know each other for the most part, but one of the cool things about this camp is getting to know other players from other organizations in different parts of the province. I know that's certainly something that stuck with me from all the way back in the day. I think 2007 maybe I had the opportunity to be in this camp, so it's been around for a long time. And it's exhausting, but it's so fun at the same time, as that shot there is kicked aside by LeBlanc. The puck stays inside the corner. Purple trying to get on the breakout now. That was number 13, Ariel Lord. Got it up to her teammate. Nice move there. Another nice move through the middle of the ice now is Sangster. Over the right side, trying to slow up, waiting for some recruits as Purple was completing a change. Back to the point. Payne, backdoor pass there, and tried to go right back to where it came from, and it was poked free. So into the corner. Looked around. That was Isla Eddy. Couldn't get the puck out, as it's going to go back around to the far side here once again. Powder out to the blue line. Unable to get it out as that shot towards the goal was off the skates there of Eddy. Poked through the middle of the ice. Taken there by Chisholm, who moves it back. Partner pass across. Nice one-touch pass just out of the reach, but it will be picked up here by Chloe Leckie. Leckie is belted into those boards. Not sure if she got hit or if she fell, but it was a loud collision. Now as it's back the other way for Powder. 55. That's Sydney Power. Got hooked up there. Looked immediately back at the official mid-play. Officials not really trying to call too many penalties here. At the end of the day, they want to see what these players can do 5-on-5. Always nice to see special teams, but evaluation camp. And down low is McHenry. Eleanor McHenry poked it free. Lucky was able to pick it up here. She's going to head down the right side. Now she cuts back to the middle, still with it. And over the blue line now, the left side. She's going to fire that in deep, and she's going to head to the bench for a change as that gets in behind the goal. Still in deep. Worked around by Powder. Good outlet pass. Now it's going to be ripped far side. Good job to knock that down was Sydney Power, as that's going to go back up the strong side here. And now Purple back transition, trying to go the other way, but it was great forecheck there from Brown, but it's going to be picked up here now. Comstock down the right side. Still with it. Spinning off a defender in the corner, looking for some recruits here. Still with it out to the point. Held in there for a moment, Chloe Conrad, as that's going to be poked back the other way, and away goes number 42, Ava Brown. She's going to get on that puck first, centers it, but back in time here is Purple to intercept. Turned it over. Comstock in her own defensive end and behind the net. Wheels it around to the far side, looking for Laventure. Back to the point, shot coming through a crowd. That was a bouncing puck. LeBlanc found it, and she's going to smother up that rebound and hang on. 14:05 left to go here in the first. Still waiting on our first goal now. Not a whole lot of grade A chances just yet. Is a tight defensive game. Puck is down right off the draw. Going to be picked up here by Purple. Good face-off assignment job there, as that's going to be ripped in by Richards. Back for it first though. Team Powder. Back out into the neutral zone. Mumberket looks for that loose puck as she chips it free. Back out in front here. Chip back again. Back up the strong side. Claire Umla fires across ice right onto the stick of Brown. Good tape-to-tape pass. And over the blue line, a shot coming. That goes wide as Brown goes for a change. One touch underneath. Good job to support from underneath. Weren't able to get the puck to her now. Was back the other way. Here goes Sean Richards. Richards still with it, tries to drag, still trying to find it. Hooked in behind the goal. All the way around to the far corner, pinching down there. So look like Mabella Scott. She's out there with Mumbercat here. Now Scott in a foot race here with Abigail Kelly. Hooked in behind, centering pass, picked off. Works back down low inside their defensive zone, but it's poked through for now Richards. Richards has got Gibbs on her. Richards stays with it. She carries on down there. As a little physicality down there in the corner. Back up to the point. Held in. Partner pass across. Opportunity coming there. That shot was fanned on there by Burris. Back to the point once again. Held in. Shot towards the goal. That was deflected wide. On that loose puck now is Morgan Nodding. Nodding down low. Backhand chance there. Nice save made by number 82, Sophie Zettler. Partner pass across. Purple working it around the zone there. Looking for a deflection at the side of the goal. Couldn't get it to go. Good opportunity. Still with it. In the corner. Back to the point. Burris walks in through a crowd. Deflected. That one goes off the body of Holly Gibbs. Back to the point once again. Good job, Purple, moving it around up top here. Back into the middle of the ice. Burris shot, deflected. That one goes up and over the goal. Perfect setup here for Purple as they're just working it around the outside of the zone here. Back across. Onto the stick there of Lawton. Lawton takes a return pass. Back down low for Nodding. Nodding, nice move. Walks to the middle. Onto the backhand. Moves it there for Burris. Burris shot there. Deflected. That one was blocked. Real good press there from Team Purple as that one's going to be sent the length of the ice. And that will be an icing charge to Powder here. Just happy to get it out of the zone. So lots of shots attempted there, but not a whole lot of them got through to the net. Powder doing a good job of clogging up the scoring zones. Once again, the faceoff's going to come in here to the right side of Zettler. Back to the point. We approach the 10-minute mark here. Down deep. All the way around to the far side now. Once again, good pinch there. Is Purple able to hold the line? Worked back by Isabel Reed. Up for Leckie. And over the line, she attacks with speed. Down deep, Leckie continues on. Still with it. Looking for some options. She's going to go back up top to the point. Immediately ripped back down inside the zone there by Marley Payne. Now it's going to be picked up here by Sophie Rideout. Rideout going to fire that through the neutral zone. That just gets by Evelyn McLeod as it'll get down inside Purple zone. Leckie now. She'll find that loose puck. She's going to work over to the left side. Ran out of space, so she's going to try and loop back. And that's going to be ripped down inside the zone by McLeod. Back for it now is Payne. Stops up in behind her own net. Nice move there. She gets around the first forechecker. A little chip pass out to the neutral zone. It's turned over as that was Veronica Mitchell. We'll take the return pass here. Now she's going to move it through the middle. Nice clean breakout here from Team Powder. Now they got an odd man rush down the left side. Sydney Power down deep with it. Spins off. Reverse back the other way and behind the goal. Purple trying to go back against the grain here. Nice move. Works out to the slot. Back to the point. Opportunity to shoot here. Sparks. Fake the shot. Moves over the partner. She'll take the return pass. That'll open up some ice. Shot there towards the goal. Tipped, and that goes wide. McHenry on the loose puck. Back to the point. That'll get it by the defender and all the way down on to Zettler here. She's just going to leave that there for her teammate, Doron. Gary Doron moves it over to Sparks, who moved it back for Doron in behind the goal. I do believe Doron is related to Kendall Doran, and if you don't know that name, you probably haven't been paying that much attention to female hockey. Standout, and also back to do some coaching here as well. So Purple now in front of their own bench, had the poked off the stick. As Alice Levanture will pick it up. She's going to spin, sees the lane, so she's going to take it. Nice move on the left side and over the blue line into the middle of the ice. Couldn't hang on to that puck, though, was Fife Francis McDonald. In the corner, battling away. Underneath 10 minutes to go here. Little hit down there in the corner. Referee going to let it go, letting them play a little physical here now, as that's going to be a move. Poked out into the neutral zone, but it's going to get by everybody as Ava Brown goes back the other way for Powder. In over the right side blue line. Walks in. Shot there. That one goes wide. All the way to the far corner. Back to the point. Shot coming. Tipped and blocked. And back out to the point once again. Umla. Shot towards the goal. Rebound was there. Good deflection in front. Brown, as LeBlanc stays strong and keeps that puck out to the back of the net. Cross ice pass. Turned over. And now it's a breakaway back the other way. In all alone to the backhand, and it was there for a moment. Zettler got the poke check and a great defensive play on the way back from Claire Umla. Now another opportunity, side of the net. Two opportunities for Richards here in this one shift as she has been buzzing. But Zettler settled in nicely here. It's all the way back to the point. Now a quick step back the other way. Ella Mills all by herself. And over the line, tries to get a shot off, and good step up there by Mabella Scott. She knew she had more recruits in behind, so she elects to step up into the play. Now as Richards was almost off to the races again, but the puck got stuck just inside the blue line. Chisholm trying to poke it free. It's in over the line now. Opportunity to shoot. LeBlanc the save. Rebound comes loose. And Richards back the other way. She'll move it over to the right side now for Chisholm. Chisholm just going to chip that inside the zone. Back for it here now is Devaney, and we're going to have a penalty here. It's an interference call in behind the play. And it's going to be to number 49, Lydia Libis. Should have known that name. So power play opportunity here for Team Purple. Still looking for the first goal here of the game. Now we'll see what Purple can come up with here on the power play. Face off one cleanly. Back to Nodding. Nodding for Lawton. Back down for Nodden. Back down for Notting once again. Morgan Notting, backdoor pass, opportunity, shot there. Zettler the save, and good job to jump on that rebound and cover it up. Good puck movement there so far here for Team Purple as Lawton and Burris on the point. Once again, the shot there. Zettler the save. Puck is loose in front, and once again, Zettler able to battle through some traffic and cover it up. .646 left to go. Just 22 seconds into the man advantage. Back down low for Notting. Notting drags. She's going to work up top. She fires it across for Lawton. Lawton down low. Back out front. Notting. Opportunity shot there. Nice save made. Zettler as Notting had that low blocker picked. And a real good low save there. Now as back the other way goes Rideout. Got the puck in deep. Now Notting's going to pick it up. She's going to fire that right onto the tape of Lecky. Lecky walks in, fakes the shot. She'll wheel around the zone. She'll stay with it here. Nice move into the middle. Opportunity. Lecky shot there off the shin pads of Isla Eddy. It's under a minute to go here in the power play. Shot towards. That was blocked. Rideout had to be careful with it. And now it's going to be pushed out into the neutral zone. Cross ice pass. And over the line goes Isabel Reed. Dropped it there. And now it's going to be picked up here by Payne. Payne walks the line. Goes back door. Looking for Reed. Reed over the corner. Back up top to the point. Kate Ford. Cross ice pass for Payne. Payne down for Lecky. Lecky returned the favor, but it goes into the feet of Payne, so she'll fire it across. One touch into the middle. Got to get rid of it quickly here as that's going to go back the other way. 15 seconds left to go here in the powder penalty. Lecky trying to find it through a crowd here. She enters the zone. Dropped it there. Good job there as Ariel Lord comes in to help out. All the way back to the point. Hustle play there as Levon Cheery able to keep it in. We're back to even strength now. Big kill there by Purple. Or sorry, by Powder. And now Powder goes back the other way. Fresh out of the box. Power. Try to get it towards a goal. Good defensive play there by Purple as it's rimmed around the far side for Lecky. Lecky's going to pick it up in full swing here. And over the line, left side, cuts back. Puck stays inside the blue line. She's going to fire that in deep. Couldn't get it to go. It's up to the blue line now. Good job there by Conrad as she was able to get that puck down inside the zone. Isabel Reed lost that puck. As Mila Martin was there, now an opportunity. Cleared out of harm's way. And behind the net. Worked up the left side. Power with it. She's going to turn it over, and it's back the other way now. MacArthur walks in. Drags. Couldn't get it to go. Finds it. Goes back to MacArthur. MacArthur, backhand chance. Nice save, Zettler. Big hit down there. Unintentional, though. Purple's going to have to touch up here as they swoop it back. Chloe Conrad moves it back across there for Comstock, who nearly turned it over. Finds a loose puck into the middle of the ice. Now is MacArthur. MacArthur with the Subway helmet on, so that Crusher's statement was 2 years ago. The Subway selects. She's going to get herself back out on side as MacArthur takes a dump there, and that's going to go all the way down into Purple zone, and that's going to be an icing here. So we'll head back down to the right side of Zettler. 3.5 left to go now. Still waiting on the first goal. Face off one cleanly by Powder as they fire it around to the far side. Maria Sparks. Richards got a stick on it. Chipped off the wall, now back the other way. Lydia Libis all alone. She's got a girl coming late. Libis shot there. Save made. LeBlanc point blank, and she'll cover it up. Good chip play out of the Powder zone. Gives them a good opportunity back the other way. A good save, LeBlanc. Face off to her right. It's down cleanly taken here by Team Purple. That's Mumbercat trying to get it up the right side. She does, but it's held in at the blue line. Lumbercat now banks it off the back wall. All the way across for Scott. Scott up the left side for Richards, and she's just going to follow it up here. Now she's going to find it. She's got McDonald going to the net here. Back to the point. Lord, shot there that was deflected wide. Sparks looking for that loose puck as she gets on it. Chipped up the right side, but it's punched back down inside Powder zone. All the way across. Doiron rims it around. Onto the stick of Kelly. Kelly couldn't get it out. So it's held back in. Now they'll try again back the other way. Doiron with it. Runs into a traffic jam there now as it's going to get out into the neutral zone. Heads up down there as that goes off a bucket in the bench. That would have hurt a little more with the visor on. Cages win this battle. Let's face off right in front of the Powder bench. Nodding. We'll peel it out of the crowd off the draw. And just as she stepped inside the line, she realized she was offside, and the whistle goes. So another face-off, this time in front of the purple bench. Stolen off the face-off. Sangster down the left side. Shot there, she scores. Alexandra Sangster breaks the deadlock here and gives Team Purple a 1-0 lead here late in this first period. We saw the same thing in the last game in the U14 division. 0-0 all the way to the final 2 minutes of the first period, and Teal scored 2. So we'll see if we have the common theme here in this one. 2:07 left to go. Rideout. Back to her D. That's Lapierre. Lapierre up the right side. Sophie Rideout tried to get it in. Purple going back the other way now is Nodding. Nodding, left side. Stops up. Press there. Good job to push that puck up against the wall to protect. Still with it. Working the sidewall now. Good job there. Good skill set to have working on those boards. Just going to need some recruits here. That was Rideout. Good read. And now Doron. Over to the left side. McLeod in over the line. Shot there that was blocked. Puck's held in though, as Claire Umlock came swooping in. Looked all the way around to the far side once again. Sangster moved it up for Lord. Lord couldn't keep it as Nodding looks for that loose puck. It's going to be chipped back out into the neutral zone, and once again back the other way. Nodding turns, fires that in deep. She's going to head for a change as we approach the final minute to play here in the first period. Heads up there. Good pass on the far side. And over the line, Power trying to get it in deep. Successful in doing so as that puck gets down in behind the goal line. Back for it was Ford. Chipped it up the strong side. Worked in. McHenry tried to center. It was tipped wide and goes all the way around to the far side. Good pinch down there from number 36, Holly Gibbs. And now Purple back in transition here. Up for Lecky. Lecky enters on the left side. Had it poked off her stick, but she's going to continue on here on the press. Quarter of a minute to go. Payne immediately down there. Pinches off. Puck stays inside the zone. As Mila Martin will pick it up in behind her own goal. Up the right side. Trying to go one touch into the middle. Lecky tried to pounce on it and go back the other way, but the play was offside. So 10 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-0 lead here for Purple. Goal off the stick of Sangster. Just a shot that got underneath the glove. Final 10 seconds to go. Maybe one chance here for a late opportunity. Her pass across for Payne. Payne up the right side, Lecky, and that is going to do it for the first period. A 1-0 lead here for Purple. After 20 minutes of play, we'll have an intermission, and we'll be back with the second period. You're watching the Nova Scotia Hockey Nova Scotia High Performance Hockey program here in the U16 female division. So we'll step aside for just a moment, and we will be back with the second period when we return. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you hear the sticks banging, and you know what that means. Second period just about underway. Now in goal for Team Powder, number 70, Emily McNevin. And for Team Purple, number 73, Ava Fry. So two newly entered goaltenders. Obviously, they'll play 1 period each. 3 goalies, 3 periods. Pretty easy math there. Just the 1 goal in the first period. Sangster snuck one by Zettler to make it 1-0 late. 2:07 left in the first when that goal was scored. So I do believe this portion of the female section ends Sunday, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. So not a whole lot of periods left to make an impression here, I guess is my point. Over the line now is Richards. Had it poked off her stick. Up the left side. Couldn't connect. Turned it over. Blowing a tire now in over the line. Ella Mills works towards the middle. Now is Heather Lawton. Fires that around to the far side. Burris trying to clear. Held in now is Brown. Looking towards the goal. Tried to center. Does, but it was picked off. And held in once again. Richards. Banked that out into the neutral zone. Now she's going to find that loose puck. Nearly had it poked off her stick, but it's picked up here by number 16, Frances McDonald, who couldn't get it in deep. Now it's going to go into her feet as she looks for it. You can hear the bench yelling feet. Always nice to have those extra set of eyes. And around the corner. A little miscommunication there on the right side. Allows Purple to regain possession here. Nodding. Worked around. All the way back to the point. Nodding. Puts it back up. Fires a cross-ice pass. That'll get by the intended target, Kate Ford, at the blue line as she fires it across for Payne. Payne up ice for Nodding. Nodding fires that in over the blue line. Shot coming there. That was deflected. Bouncing puck there off the side of the net. That was Ariel Lord on that loose puck. She's going to stay on it down there in the half wall. Back to the point. Great job Ford. Holds the line. Fires it towards the goal. Puck bounced back out into the slot. And now back the other way goes Powder. 1-on-3. Poked off the stick. Great gap control there from Marley Payne. It's going to be poked by everybody. Icing is going to be waved off there as that one scooted through the feet at the change. Dangerous pass. That's going to sit in the high slot. Shot there. That was blocked. Great job Doiron. Got into the shooting lane. Nodding was wide open back door. She's going to find that loose puck now as it gets rimmed back down inside the zone. Back up to the point. Payne walks to the middle. Fires one. That one goes wide. Back to the point again. Ford lost it in her feet. Now back the other way goes Kate McDonald. She's going to have a step. McDonald down the right side. Shot there, and the save made by Ava Fry. And the faceoff will remain inside the Team Purple zone here. Held in at the line. Risky move there from Laventure. Now as it's out front there, and it was laying in the crease there for a moment. Couldn't get it to go. Great defensive play there by Team Purple. Now they're going to go back the other way. Isabel Reed tried to poke it inside the zone. Back forward is Lecky. She fires it across there for Conrad. Conrad up the right side, picked off and poked back the other way and directly off the wall. Laventure bobbing and weaving. Now she moves back, still looking for an option. She's just going to take the ice now, gets the red line. Now she's going to have a lane. Just enough patience to open up the seas there as they just kind of part it. She stays on it. Back to the point. Good job there. Conrad, and shout out to Isabel Reed for slotting back and taking the position of the D who jumped into the play. Now it's Lecky. Nice move. Just flicks it towards the goal. That one was kicked aside. No problem there from Emily McNevin. The right side. Purple holds the line once again. Turnaround shot. That one hit Claire Umla on the back of the shoulder. Didn't even flinch. That'll go down as a block shot and a sacrificial play as Laventure now trying to find that loose puck. Dangerously now up the right side. Way to knock that down. was Frances McDonald for Leckie. Leckie over the line, battles with 3 Powder jerseys as she continues on down in behind the goal. She takes a huge hit down there. And there's going to be a delayed penalty here once Powder touches up. So it's going to find Leckie once again. Good heads up down there from from Fry to get to the bench for the extra attacker. Contact hockey, that's a real good hit. But in this particular instance, that's going to be a penalty here. So 15:06 left to go now here in the second period. So Team Purple going to get a power play opportunity here, already leading the game. We'll see what they can do on their second power play of the evening. Almost said afternoon. It's been one of those kind of days. Lumbercat back. Turned it over, though, in behind the goal. Good forecheck from McHenry here. Purple's going to go look to back the other way as MacArthur couldn't handle that puck. This is loop back, quick pass, and down the ice it goes. Good job there on the neutral zone breakout and a good clear. Lumbercat behind her own goal. She's pressed off the puck, spins away from the forechecker, and she's just going to continue on here. Couldn't handle it. Poked off her stick. Now MacArthur battles. Just underneath us here. She's going to walk in over the blue line now with it. Stays on it, opens up, cuts back. And for her option, she's going to move it over to the left side. Opportunity to shoot there. The shot comes, rebounds loose. That was off the stick there of Rebella Scott, and back for it now is Frances McDonald. Leaves it there for Chisholm. Chisholm had it poked off her stick. Lumbercat jumps in, 40 seconds left to go here in the power play. Powder able to get another big clear here. This goes all the way down into the feet of Fry, who leaves it there for her defender. To the middle, turned it over. Brown's going to pick that loose puck up and wheel around the neutral zone. Nice move, jumps around the first one and then blows the tire there. Just got off balance there on that move. And now it's going to be picked up here by Team Purple's Allie Chisholm. Gets the blue line, gets it in deep. That's going to go off everybody. Icing waved off. Good call there by the official. Fry thought about coming out to play it, but it's going to be Heather Lawton back for it here. Lawton pushed off the pucks. We're back to even strength, so nothing doing there on the power play for Purple. Lawton finds that loose puck. Good job there as they enter the zone. Sangster through the middle looking for Richards. Richards was tied up nicely by the Powder defense as that puck traveled through the high slot. Richards left it there. Good exchange, but a good read from number 49, Lydia Libis, who was right there and saw the exchange unfolding. Peruch left it there. Turnaround shot from Sangster. Couldn't get it to go to the net. Back to the point. Worked off. Trying to poke it free. Held in. Good job there by Layla Burris. Was real strong on that puck. Now a nice little one-touch pass through the middle. Good job to stay on side. Now Sangster walks in. Goal in the game already. And now back the other way. Brooke McDonald fired it in deep. She's going to head for a change as Powder completes the change here, and that's going to allow Burris a split second longer here to get a puck to Lawton, who fires it around to the left side half wall. Our right, players left. Burris picks it up off the wall. Good skill set to have there. Be able to pick that puck up on the backhand off the wall down there and not impede your progress at all. So Richards, as her team completes a change here, she just tries to eat some ice long enough to get some recruits, and she battles her way back to puck possession here. Payne, nice pass. Lord, in over the line. She's going to walk in. Shot there. That one goes off the side of the goal. The quick release. Tangle up down there. Lord battling. Puck squirts free for a moment. And now it's going to be picked up by Comstock. Nodding had it poked off her stick as Payne started to ease off as the puck traveled towards her point. And now it's going to be ripped back down in deep. Cross ice pass. Good job to support from underneath. As Gibbs gets it in, Fry out to play it. She'll rim it around to the far side. MacArthur blew a tire. And that's going to allow Purple a clean breakout here as Ford. Cross ice. Looking for Nodding. Be chipped off the wall. Back to grab it there was McHenry, who was late joining the party as she got tripped up in behind the plate. Good reverse play. Looking for that option through the middle. Dangerously picked off McHenry. Fired it towards the goal, and Fry the save, and she'll hang on and cover it up. 10:27 left to go here in this second period. So face-off will remain down in the purple zone. Those P colors, they'll get you. Purple, powder, pink, and then teal. Lavontier in behind the goal. Try to bank a pass over for Conrad. Too far for her to reach. She'll return the favor here. On the left side, looking for Isabel Reed. But it's Lecky now. Had it poked off her stick. Chipped off the glass and inside the zone, excuse me. Here's Gabrielle Lapierre, reversed it. On the forecheck, Frances McDonald back to Lavontier. Chip down deep. And behind the goal line now. Frances McDonald for Lecky. Lecky runs into a traffic jam there as it's peeled out of the crowd. Ride out. All the way back to the point. Good job to hold the line. Powder able to poke that one free out into the neutral zone here. Ride out, chips it. Back down inside the zone, picked up by Chloe Conrad. Conrad reverse it back for Lavontier, who you could hear yelling from inside the arena here. Lecky picks it up with one hand. She's going to head north. And over the line, cuts back. Looks for her options, spins around again, carries it in deep. She's being pressed. Runs into her own teammate, though. And she's going to head for a change here behind the play as Rideout will fire that inside the zone. Fry out to play it, but it gets by her. Libis. Sorry. That's Mills. Tried to center it. Banked off the wall, back and behind. Sangster had a quick check to see where everybody was, and she slots down to pick up that loose puck, but had it poked off her stick. Trying to get going on the breakout pass now. Sangster's going to have some space. She looked up, and that's the advantage of shoulder checking before you receive the puck. She knew exactly what she was doing when the puck did come as she gets pinned up against the end wall down there. Still with it, though. Sangster moves it back to the point. Lumbercat drags to the middle. Shot there into the pads, and a good save made by McNevin as she'll cover it up. Underneath 10 minutes to go here. Puck is down. Off the wall towards goal. That one rolled through the crease. Nobody home for Purple quite yet. Chipped in deep. Grabbed there by Mitchell. Mitchell couldn't get the puck out of the zone. So it's held in here once again. Good job by MacArthur down there. Now as Mitchell will use the body effectively to separate from puck there. So that's going to be a nice outlet pass from Brown as she came in late. Brown in over the line, right side, shot there. Fry the save, and she will hang on with the glove and cover it up here. 1-0 lead here still. Only goal off the stick of Alexandra Sangster. Just under 18 minutes into the first period, and that is the only goal so far. Buck is down. Off the draw, Mumbercat will collect. And behind the goal, as Libis looks out from around the corner, just in front of that beautiful new pane of glass down there. Pressure-treated glass. Nice partner pass, good heads up. Got to be quick here, though, as that one's going to be sent in deep. Gibbs didn't have a lane to the net, so she smartly dumps it in. That'll allow her team to win a puck race there, but turn back around. Good job once again by Gibbs to hold the line. Now as Fry gets a stick on a rebound out front. Oh, what a save, Fry. Down and out, and sprawls across with the pad to make the save. Lost her paddle in the meantime, and a real good ovation from her bench as that was her best save of the game so far. That clearing attempt got caught up into the midsection of MacArthur there, and that stung a little bit. As you can see, her laboring just a bit. Back to the point, held in once again by Gibbs, doing a great job at the offensive blue line. Worked in behind, wraparound chance there, had an opportunity to center, and now it's just going to be sent the length of the ice, and that is going to be icing. Good press there from Team Purple, but a great save from Ava Fry in that sequence. That right pad, looked like she was down and out for sure, but makes a great save. And that'll give her team, or keep the lead for her team rather. So face off down to her left. Got the face off, trying to poke it towards the goal. Lawton takes a bump down there, working in behind the goal. Working out of the corner here. 3-car pile up down there in the corner. Now Lawton's going to rim that around to the far side. Good read by Comstock. She was able to get there and timed it perfectly to pick it up in motion, but ran into a little bit of a traffic jam there now as Burris back the other way, showing off some of the handles. And over the line, right side, dropped it. Comstock trying to find that loose puck. Good job by number 17, Isabel Peruch, to stay back for the D. Now Richards tries to fire towards the goal, hits a set of skates before it could get there. As Lawton able to hold the line. Into the feet, Lawton pokes at that one. It's going to be poked free there by Sydney Power, who's going to get the red line, tries to poke it in deep, but it only gets just inside the blue line to the ringette line as Richards takes the outlet pass. That'll get by everybody. As Evelyn McLeod picks it up inside her own blue line. She's going to try and drag it free. Lawton got tangled up. Now back the other way and picked up here once again. That's Comstock in over the line and just at the blue line offside as the play is whistled dead. 5:12 left to go here in the second period. Back to the point, fired towards the goal. That one goes wide. In the corner down there, a little bit of a blind spot for us here. Poked free, that's going to get all the way out into the neutral zone now. It's Payne back for it. She got pressed from both sides, so she just fires it back out in the neutral zone safely here. Chipped off the wall, right out. Chips it free. In to help out. Try to make a move. Poked off the stick by Payne. Good active stick there as it's pushed out into the neutral zone. Nodding. Looking for that loose puck. Now it's Ride out once again. She's going to chip that off the wall. It's going to get by Ford and all the way down inside the zone where Payne goes back to collect here for Purple. Tries a cutback move. Got caught up as Kate McDonald was in on the forecheck. She does a great job to disrupt things long enough so they can turn the puck over here as it comes back to the blue line. Left side. Tried to move it over to their partner, but they already started to ease off. Now it's Fry. Oh, front there. That was a loose puck that just rolled by the crease. Centering pass. Lord. He's going to fire that out into the neutral zone. Partner pass across for Mitchell. Mitchell product, the Lindsay Surge. If I'm not mistaken. Sometimes my brain doesn't remember quite as clearly. But you can tell a lot by the gear wear as well. The new team in the female U18 Major Hockey League. There as that one was shot and deflected wide. Made quite the names for themselves, and as an expansion team we'll call it. Led by a couple guys I grew up playing with, Jordan Burke and Brad Rickman, doing a great job there. A couple other players here at these camps. Turn around, that was a shot from the point. Deflected over for Laventure. She's going to cut back to the middle, zigs, zags, then zigs again. Now she's going to loop around the zone. Just under 3 minutes to go. Shot there through a crowd that was deflected wide. She waited for those bodies to funnel in front. But a good job by Mitchell to tie up in front of the net. To the point once again, Laventure. Real good skater. I do remember that from last year's camp and this past season as well. Smooth skater. Now as Brown's going to fire that back, but Leckie, those two have been battling all game here. Chip back the other way. A little back pass now, but it's going to be Conrad who picks it up. Nice pass right onto the tape. Back the other way is Frances McDonald, and she's going to end up shoveling that towards the goal, but a great back check there from Powder. The two back in a hurry. So that lead pass sent her in for a moment. Now it's just going to be chipped in deep. So Isabel Reed will get in on the forecheck. Gibbs all the way around to the far side. Got it across. Naya Logie wasn't able to get there in time. She battles over there with Sangster. Sangster comes away with the puck though. Gibbs had to be careful. Nice easy pass. Libis spins off. It's going to go up the strong side. Now Sangster picks it up here for Team Purple. She loops it back for Conrad. Conrad across for Laventure. Laventure loops as she does. Libis turned it over. Stays on it. Continues with it down low. She's got 3 purple jerseys on her as we are underneath 90 seconds to go here. All the way around. Sangster pinned up against the wall. Still there. Minute 15 left to go. Worked around in the far corner. Good head of steam working out of the corner. Sydney Power towards the goal. That didn't quite make it there. Now Sangster's going to head back the other way. Look at the back check here, though, from Mila Martin. That's going to force Sangster at the end of a shift to dump it in. So Zamboni doors come open here in the final minute of play here in the second period. Chloe Leckie had it poked off her stick. Now his Power is going to head back the other way. Great name for Team Powder. Sydney Power, sorry. As Fry will glove that one down. She's going to hang on here with 40.6 seconds left to go. So will we see another late period goal here? First goal came with just over 2 minutes to go in the first period as that face-off won cleanly by Powder here. Doiron works from the right side blue line. Didn't have a lane to the net, so she chips it in deep. Reverse back the other way. To the backhand, nice save Fry. She was down the butterfly and took away the whole bottom half of the net. Powder not able to get that puck up and over, so good goaltending positioning down there in the crease from Fry. Down in the corner, final 7 seconds to go. Bodies flying everywhere. Powder just looking to get one to the hoop here. Doiron partners it across, opportunity to shoot. Fry at the buzzer makes the save. And that'll do it for the second period. 40 minutes come, 40 minutes gone. It's still a 1-0 lead for Team Purple here. So we'll head to the intermission, and we'll be back with third period in about 10 minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, final period of the night. Underway here, just the one goal to speak of. And if you are still here from the first two periods, you know that it was Sangster for Team Purple. And now we have two new goaltenders entering. Number 78, Emma Ancliffe here for Team Purple. And number 73, Olivia Arsenault for Team Powder. So about 4 periods left to make an impression here. Now, of course, the on-ice isn't the be-all, end-all. There's a lot of things that go into this week. Hockey Nova Scotia puts on a great show for these young athletes. So immediately following tonight's game, the players will head to Meal Hall for a little late-night dinner. And then it's lights out and right back at it tomorrow morning. So that one's going to be chipped up and out of play here. Up over the purple bench here, and we're going to have a face-off. Face off down in front of the purple bench. We got a door open down there. Coach trying to sneak onto the bench there. Pass for Lecky, too far for her to reach as Mitchell collects. Partner pass, that's going to go all the way off everybody, and that one is going to be icing. So a couple whistles to start here early on. I do believe we're right back at it tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. U14, and then of course 11 right after would be the U16s. And then Sunday we start the male section of the week. So like I said, just a few more periods left to make a lasting impression. Here's Lecky flying down the left side. Got it poked off her stick there at the last second. She's had a real good game here so far. Done a lot of the puck lugging. There's an opportunity now off the sidewall. It's going to be smothered up. As Arsenault right out at the top of the crease. Attack that shooter. He's off into the corner. Worked all the way around. Right back down inside the zone there off the stick of Reed. Lecky in on the forecheck. She's got recruits in there. Has Anna MacArthur in to help out. Good job by Reed to establish that F3 in the offensive zone. That allowed her to switch sides and hold that puck in the zone. If she gets caught down deep, then it's an easy breakout for Powder and a potential odd man rush back the other way. So little details of the game are going to make the biggest difference. I know I remember hearing that from the coaches growing up back in the day. Didn't quite register then as it does now. But it's too late for me to do anything about it thus far. Nice reverse play there was Gibbs. She went against the grain there, and that's going to give Team Powder a ton of time to break out here, as they will. And over the line now is Martin. Martin, chip and chase. You got a defender in Lawton down there. Through the middle. That's going to get by everybody. Icing is going to be waved off there. Good call by the officials. It goes down into the corner. Richards behind the goal. Looking for a jam play at the side of the net. Still stuck in behind. Gibbs, aggressive defender. She's taking a body contact penalty in this game so far. Uses her body effectively down there as another collision. Just down there on the right of your screen. The centering pass. Picked off there by Power, who was just joining the play. Richards shakes off Gibbs. Front there, Martin, good job to come back defensively as the F1. It's Power. Caught an edge there, and it's back the other way. Power still looking for it. Now it's up the right side for Richards. Richards in over the line. He's going to chip that in deep. Back for it there was Sparks. Sparks ripped around to the far side there as McDonald looking for it. Sorry, that was Mills, actually. And now Brown back the other way. Brown, good head of steam down the right side. Tried to pull it into the middle. Couldn't get it by the skates of Lawton. The middle. Turned over. Opportunity. Drag play. Nice little cutback move from McDonald. Turned it over. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Lawton made sure to get it out into the neutral zone this time. So it's going to be chipped back down inside. Burris, nice outlet pass. She found Fife McDonald, or Francis McDonald, sorry. Cross ice pass entering the zone. Lawton, stick lift, and then now we're going to have a penalty here. And it's going to go against Team Powder. It's going to be a tripping call. And it's going to go to number 43, Brooke McDonald, as you see her just entering the box there in your screen. So power play opportunity once again here for Team Purple. And they look to extend their lead here now. So good opportunity for the penalty killers to show what they can do. Penalty killing is a big part of the game. If you disagree, well, you're wrong. So nice to see no systems, just to kind of see what your natural talent or IQ, whatever you want to call it. There's a shot right off the face-off. You know, if you can be someone who's relied on heavily in the penalty kill department, you can log lots of minutes, especially if your team takes a ton of penalties. That's shot from Notting, and now we're going to have another penalty out front here, and we're going to even it up. It's going to be a slashing call in front. And it looks like it's going to go to Notting here. She was battling for that loose puck, came down hard on the stick, and it's going to be a penalty. Nobody really knows who it is. Looks like they figured it out now. It's going to be Fife Francis McDonald. So we'll flip back down to Team Purple's end zone here. So just 17 seconds in. 27 seconds. Something along those lines. We're 4-on-4 action here. For about a full 2 minutes. Notting. Didn't have a lane inside the zone, so she fires it back. Ford couldn't get it back to Notting, as it's going to be dumped back down inside the zone. Payne back for it here, just in front of those Zamboni doors. We saw a stick get caught in there earlier. Up the right side, right on the tape. Good job to pick it up on the backhand here, as it's going to be poked through the middle. Notting swooping through in support, looking for that loose puck, and now we're going to have an offside here, I do believe. Just in front of us here in the booth. Puck is down. Lord tying up off the face-off. Poke free. Nice little one-touch pass right away. Sangster picks it up as she continues on. Nice feed through the middle of the ice. Lord stopped up to the back end, shovels it down low. Mitchell was heading back to pick it up, but her partner had already got there. So now it's going to get in behind the net. Now Mitchell releases. As Isla Eddy back to the point. Couldn't get it out as it was held in. Just inside the blue line now is Mitchell. Turns. She's going to fire that through the middle, but picked off there by Sangster. Sangster in over the line opportunity. Couldn't get the shot off. Well, she did get the shot off, but couldn't get it through. For my mistake. 24 seconds left to go in the first penalty. And then Team Powder will have roughly like 18 to 20 second power play, so not a whole lot of time. An abbreviated one, we'll call it, as Gibbs loops back in her own zone. Being pressed there. Good angles from Lord. Stick in the passing lane. You can kind of direct traffic and pretty well guide the puck here where you want to go with some good angle work, and Lord showed us a good example of that there. And now it's going to be touched up with a high stick, so another whistle here. 13:27 left to go. 12 seconds left to go in the Team Purple penalty. The face-off will head down into the purple zone. Face-off one. Shot there coming from the point is going to be gloved down by Ancliffe as she'll hang on. Off the draw. Worked in behind. Scott up the left side. Icing is going to be waved off as Powder will head back to collect. Shoveled over to the right side. Gibbs up the right side. That's going to get by everybody. Now it's going to be looped back. Mumberket on the right side. Good job as she was back in support, and she was in a good enough position to get that lead pass, and she was able to find that lane and get the red line. Now her team's going to get in there on the forecheck. It's a shot coming, and that is stopped up here and covered. We'll have another offensive zone face-off here for Team Purple. Back to the point once again. Mumberket chipped up and over and out of play as the face-off will remain back inside. Liney real quick there to get that puck back in play. And now we'll have the other puck back in as well, so that'll go in the old back pocket for later. The old last change there from Purple. Some line matching going on potentially. You know the coaches have a little bit of a rivalry down there. At the end of the day, like I said, the wins aren't really what it's all about, but nothing a little inner competition won't help fuel. That shot towards the goal was picked, or tipped wide, not picked. Now a nice step here, in all alone to the forehand and couldn't pull the trigger there. McHenry got in all alone as Mumberket kind of got twisted up. Now it's going to go back to the point, the middle of the ice. Shot there, that was blocked along the way. That didn't make its way to the front of the goal. Sparks across to her partner. Doiron's going to poke that free as she continues to travel up ice. Backhand pass across. Power through the middle of the ice. Now McHenry. And over the line. Opportunity shot there. Blocker save. Real nice save made there from Emma Ancliffe. She's been dialed in early on here. Obviously the goalie's only getting a period each to make an impression, so you almost want to see some shots. Turned it over at the blue line. Opportunity and a big save made at the other end from Ava Fry. Or sorry, that's Olivia Arsenault. Nonetheless, nice save made. Bailed her teammate out there as he nearly costly turnover inside the blue line. So just about halfway through the third period here. Still only the one goal on the board. Mixture of things. Good defense, good goaltending, and just not as many grade A chances. That's what happens when you have the top players in the province all matching up. Not a whole lot of weak links out there, so you got to fight and grind for every inch. And no different than it's going to be at the Atlantic Challenge Cup either. So good little prime test here. Now it's nodding. Got a piece of that. That'll negate the icing as she's going to get in on the forecheck. Right back up the strong side. Centering pass out front there. Got an opportunity. And just couldn't get it to go now as Brown picks up the outlet pass. Brown and over the line down the right side. She's going to stop up. Nice second effort there. She got the puck back to her teammate out front. Got to hurry there. Shot through a crowd. Ancliffe the save. It's the rebound picked up by Burridge. Burris, not Burridge. It's nodding. On the rim around. She takes that extra step, gets the red line and gets it in deep. To the middle of the ice now. MacArthur picks it up here in transition and over the blue line. Cuts in, used the defender as a screen. It was off the stick of Mitchell, and that goes wide. That's the thing, if you're going to stand in front of the goaltender like that, you want to make sure you get your body in front of that puck, as Mitchell did a great job there. Now is Payne. Fires across ice, too far for Ford to reach, so Libis picks it up. Libis is going to chip that down the ice, and we'll see if it has enough icing, and it does not, as Payne will just get there in time. Those Zamboni doors can be tricky no matter what rink you're at. Now is Libis out front. Shot there. That was blocked out front. Ford, another opportunity as they bang away at it. Still loose. Out front again. Ancliffe down, and she's going to make the save as they dig away at it in front of the net. But Ancliffe staying strong down there for Team Purple and keeps this lead at 1-0. Face off to the left side of Ancliffe. Puck is down. Right off the draw, gets pushed into the corner. Marley Payne with it. She was going to pass, saw the lane, so she's just going to keep it. That's good deception there, and that's what happens with your eyes up. Sangster shot there. That one goes deflected up and over. Nice little draw pass entering the zone as Payne will release back to the defensive position. Mitchell battling down there with Sangster. Sangster spins it, cycles it down low. Textbook cycle. MacArthur, nice move as she shakes, shot. That one goes wide. Lorden to help out. Chips it free all the way around to the right side through the middle. Good job by Sangster to start to slot back defensively, and that puck ended up on her stick now as Libis. Nice little shake move as her and Sangster battle. Libis all alone, 1-on-5, all 5 purple jerseys back to help out defensively. That's a pretty good secret recipe there if you want to hold a 1-goal lead. Team defense. Sangster finds MacArthur. MacArthur picks it up on the backhand. She's going to get the red line, and she is just going to hammer that one in deep. And Team Purple is going to get a full sail change in here, so Powder an extra second for a clean pass on the breakout as it's picked up there by McLeod. McLeod, left side, in over the line for Gibbs. Gibbs shot there, block it away, Ancliffe. Rebound comes loose. Left there. And that one's going to bounce up into the bench area. .09 left to go here in the third. Right off the draw, cleanly won. Gibbs tees one up, shot there. Ancliffe, no problem, slides across calmly. Kicks that one into the corner. Chipped up to the point. Held in though there by that was Paige Devaney. All the way around to the corner, being pressed. She elects to cycle it back down low. Richards has to hurry here. She runs in to a roadblock there. Good heads-up play from Sparks as she saw that puck coming around on the rim and slot it down on that wall to take away that lane. Now Powder's power. Try and rip that one off quickly. Behind the goal. Nice outlet pass. Leckie, great job to keep momentum. She was able to pick that up, and now she's going to take a bump there from Power. And we're going to have a penalty here. It's going to be a body contact penalty, I do believe. So another power play opportunity here for Purple. Their last power play was cut short. Puck back to the point. Mumberk had a good low shot. Not a whole lot of traffic in front, though, so nice save from Arsenault, no problem. I think there was a chance even I stopped that one. A good job by Powder to clear out. So when there's nobody in front, that just means they're doing a good job there of keeping the offense out of that high-risk scoring area there, the house, as some people like to call it. Box out on the defensive side. Find a stick, find an open player, and don't even worry about the puck for the moment. Just tie up that player, and they did a good job there. But Purple able to maintain the zone here. Looking for the insurance marker late here in this game. Trying to take a W into Meal Hall later. Little bragging rights on the line. A lot of these players, they would play either together or against each other. Now as Mumbercat will find Nodding. Nodding will fire that right across for Comstock. Comstock cuts into the middle. Poked it too far for herself to reach. So that's going to be turned, lofted, and sent the ice, length of the ice by McHenry. So Ancliffe hoped to play it. Good job there. She left it on the forehand side for Mumbercat. Mumbercat is going to use the middle of the ice as she carries it in. She'll chip it in deep, and just 30 seconds left to go in the power play. It's all the way around to the far side. Tied up on the wall. Still with it, MacArthur. Little soft chip down low, trying to poke it free. They do get it there. Cycle down low once again. Stick check. And behind the goal. All the way around to the far side. Marquette activates from the right point. Down deep. Nice move. Shot there out front. Trickling puck. Still loose in front there. Real nice move out of the corner there. Didn't really get a look. Now as the penalty expires and we're back to even strength. Just about 5 minutes to go. Chipped off the wall. Brown was in behind. Now it's going to be poked through the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Picked up and cross corner dump there by Mabella Scott. Good smart play there. She goes against the grain. That's going to allow her a change. It's MacArthur. Responsible defensively as she was back to make sure that defense were able to change cleanly. The puck stays inside the zone. Purple will be happy to keep the puck 200 feet from their net right here with a 1-goal lead. At the end of the day, your 1-goal lead instincts are still going to kick in. Evaluation or not. Coaches do want to see how players play in tight games and high pressure situations, because when Cookie crumbles down there at the Atlantic Challenge Cup, you want to know what you have in your players as the games only get tougher down the stretch. 4:20 left to go here in the third period. Still just the 1 goal. Back down. Mitchell off the face-off, able to get it to the point. Lawton steps into a shot there, redirected wide. Mitchell reversed it in behind. Powder looking to counter here. Ooh, that was a hit and a late call. And that's going to go all the way the length of the ice, but as soon as Powder touches up, the face-off is going to come here as a power play on the way. I think it was Lydia Libis. Looked like 2 for body contact. Could have been roughing, depending on what the official decided at the end of the day. Not my call. It was a delayed call, though. We want to make sure that what he saw was actually a penalty. I'd rather you take your time and call it than just fire that arm up there in a heap. Gibbs now looking for that loose puck. 3.5 left to go. Held inside the zone. Gibbs on the backhand. Fires it around to the far side. Looking to alleviate pressure on the strong side now as it comes up the right side wall. Sangster spins off a defender. Puck gets poked free, and Rideout was almost off to the races as she poked that one free. Now as Payne turns, fires, and that's going to be covered up right into the breadbasket there. So 3:10 here. Face off to the left side of Arsenault. The puck is down, whacking at it off the face-off. Spin it around to the far side. Lavantier will give chase. She's going to get there first and hold the line. Gibbs had seen enough, and she'll send that the length of the ice. Good clear there. There's Ancliffe. Left it there only for a moment. Realized she had some pressure back the other way, so she fires it across. Now as Leckie picks it up here through the neutral zone, she'll zag her way through the middle of the ice. She's going to walk right in, get an opportunity to shoot. She does. It was deflected, try to go back far side. Back to the point. Conrad back down for Leckie. Leckie carries it down deep, centers it through the crease, whacked at there, and puck still loose. 45 seconds left to go here in the power play. Good edge work from Lavantier there. It's amazing what just a couple quick edge moves will do for your space out there. Good second effort now is Nodding. Couldn't handle. Now it's going to be sent the length of the ice, and that'll kill off some precious seconds here. We're underneath 2 minutes to go and just the 17 seconds left to go here in the power play, which get Powder back to even strength. Now Leckie wide open on the right side. She picks it up on the backhand and over the blue line. Cuts back to the middle. blew a tire along the way. Back up to the point. Lumbercat walks in, shoots there, and once again, a great job by Team Powder. They were able to box out in front and allow their goaltender to see that cleanly. So that was number 38 this time, Maria Sparks. As we noted earlier in the game, found a stick, tied up, and allowed the goaltender to do the rest. So 92 seconds left to go here. The final minute and a half here of the evening. It's pushed up against the big piece of plywood over there. Hard to miss. Puck still lodged underneath all those players trying to dig it free. One of the more frustrating plays in hockey when you just can't get that puck out and the ref standing there telling you to move it. So final minute to play here now in the third period. Peeled out of the crowd finally. Still a 1-0 lead here. Powder with some time to tie it. Can't get out of their zone though right now at the moment. MacArthur finds that loose puck. She drags it outside the blue line. Now she's just going to loop around. Over to the left side. Towards the goal. The save made, and pouncing on that to cover it up as Purple clinging to a 1-goal lead here. .5 seconds left here now on the game clock. Powder just trying to get this puck and head up the ice. So they're going to rim that around to the far side. Comes outside the line though. And now here's a chance for Powder. Back the other way. They have a 3-on-1 forming here late in the period. Down the left side. Centering pass into the skates there. Lawton in perfect defensive positioning. Another opportunity late here through a crowd. Ancliffe the save. Rebound. Cleared out of harm's way by Lawton. 5 seconds left to go. She's going to fire that through the middle. Now Richards is going to just try and lug this into the zone, and she does, and that is going to do it. Team Purple comes away with a 1-0 victory. A goal in the first period by Alexandra Stankster was the difference maker, and that will do it for our coverage here today. 1-0 victory for Team Purple here. The players and us here will head to Meal Hall for a late night dinner, and then we'll head back for quiet time, and we will be back bright and early tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. U14 female. And then right after at 11 a.m., the U16s will finish their segment of the week. So with all that said, we thank you very much for tuning in all day. And we'll be back early tomorrow morning to bring you the action. So have a great rest of your night. And